Okay, got one more. Hello, 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 hello. How you like this hat, huh? I have a whole Santa outfit with question marks, and I didn't put that on today, but maybe I should one of these days. But it certainly is fun. Yeah, that's right, man. If you find something in life you have fun doing, man, you never work. The basic one I like. Yes, 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 yes. And I'm actually going on today on Instagram Live. Instagram is a live feed. I'm trying that, see if anybody is there at all. We're telling your hangout, we're calling more followers to you. I don't know if I even have many followers there. Santa, yes, yes. And I have a question mark Santa costume too, a suit. And I used to walk around New York, visiting clients and that. And that was fun, man. It just, that's why I love the question mark suit. I just love wearing it to make people smile. People treat me nicer. That's why it's great being an idiot. People are nice to you. And it's true. It's almost like a Superman's cape. Nobody's going to beat up Santa Claus. Yeah. Are you live on Instagram? Yes, I'm trying Instagram Live, but I don't know if that really works or if anybody's there yet. And I don't even know if I could tell if anybody's there. Oh, I think there's one person on Instagram Live. I want a free car. Yes, I'm going to tell you all about free cars and what's available. And more importantly, I'm going to tell you about a nice lady who I've interviewed a long time ago because she used crowdfunding, to help pay for her dental work she did. She had a very difficult period of life where she was an object of abuse and lost her teeth and things like that. I'm watching you on Roku. Hey, how do you get me on Roku? Roku to Sanya Ayers from Michigan. Yes. Love Michigan. Somebody call me up, want to come up and give a speech. I'd love to. Anybody, wants me to come and talk, man, just give me a plane fare. I'll be anywhere. I don't charge. I just want to educate and let people know about the stuff all over. So if you got a plane fare, I'll come and talk to you until you give me the hook and grab me off of there. But actually, so we get give me a few minutes to go over some things to the headlines that I want to do because I think, see what's happening out there in the world, this is what you got to ride. This is the wave going on. So if you're just trying to figure out because you got screwed last year or something, trying to figure out, no, you got to keep track of the news. I'm from East St. Louis and I'm on my phone. Great. Give me a call. Any free car insurance? There's some. I'm going to cover what I know about that a little later. First, I love your energy. Well, yes, because I love what I do. Hey, I'm on vacation every day because I love my occupation. I found that on YouTube. I think it's from Dirty Heads is the group. I should call them and ask them if I could use it as a theme song. Okay, I was reading an op-ed. You know what an op-ed was? I had no idea. I grew up, but I must have been about 30 or 40 years old before I found out what the things that are the comment section after the editorials. See, you got editorials in a newspaper, and those of you who've ever seen newspapers, maybe just old people like me, are you really that happy? Most of the time, I enjoy what I do, and that's what's important. No, but I have down times and blue. I love blue. I love all the. I want a full box of crayons of emotions. I just don't want one crayon. Yellow. Have a happy day. No, I want to feel them all. That's what life is about. On the 18th of the month, I have a meeting with my congressman. Yay! That's the way to do it, man. Now you're doing it right. I guess it's the money or something. See, you did it. You figured that out. I'm calling them. That's all it takes. You didn't have to pay some huckster, thousands of dollars to do that. You just call up the congressman and ask. Well, that's terrific. Well, let me know how it goes. What you could do is send me an email at leskofreeradio@gmail.com. And Katie, I'm sorry I didn't answer you yet. I still think you could beat on me a little bit again to remind me. And just I got so many bloody research programs that are due. It's hard to remember the other stuff. So that's amazing. Yeah, you have God, Sandra. That's so wonderful. I'm so glad you do it. This is what the fat cats do, win or lose. If they help you or not, remember when you get that meeting, just tell them, number one, you're looking for assistance. You don't care what kind. You don't care what kind, because if you start naming the kinds of assistance, then you narrow the help you're going to get. No, you want to expand the help you get, because you don't know the right questions to ask. So just explain the problem and say you're looking for help. I need this kind of help. Okay, now, okay, so you go through the thing, you spend 15, 20 minutes, as long as they give you, and they say, oh shit, I'm sorry, I can't do anything, lady. Okay, well now, what you ask, you never leave empty-handed. What you do then is say, hey, who do you think can help me? Who out there, do you have any suggestions where I can turn? Because don't forget, they're better than you at this, even though they say no, because they see people coming through their door all the time needing help, okay? So they have a little more depth of knowledge about the potential, the kinds of things that are out there that you can use. More than you'll ever have, or me ever have even. So that's why you never leave empty-handed. Well, here's another thing, right? I was reading this op-ed, okay, editorials in a newspaper. They have an editorial section. And that's usually what the newspaper thinks about something. Then they have the page opposite the editorials. And that's where people put in their 2 cents. So anybody, it's sort of like now, in the comment section on YouTube or something. That's the op-ed. I'm the editorial. I'm giving you what I think. And the editorial people are you down there. I'm looking for a way to get a loan for a home rental business. A home rental business. I need to be able to buy properties and collect rental income. Okay, I do a state, or actually a city report, $49.95. You go to lesko.com/tutor, lesko.com/tutor, and you'll see a custom report. It takes me about 2 weeks to do. I'll show you 150 programs in your area where you live. That's what it takes nowadays. I can't do a book for everybody. I got to get it for where you live, so that's custom research. It takes about 2 weeks, and then you get this report. It's like 150, 200 pages of all the sources where you are, all the links, all the telephone numbers, who to contact, what they're giving out, and to check that. That's going to be the best list. Otherwise, you're going to go around and Google, and you'll get 500 million websites, and you'll never find the free ones, because you'll only find the people who are trying to make money from you because you have a problem. Okay, here's an op-ed here about Donald Trump could use a friend. This is interesting because somebody's analyzing his personality, and it sort of rings a little true to me. It says he has no personal friends, and this sort of, I'm going to write 3 paragraphs to give you a sense of what that means. The whole thing is huge. Okay, show me a person who has no true friendships, and I'll show you someone with little, if any, talent for generosity. Okay, which is a muscle built through interactions with those who have no biological or legal claim to you, but lean on you nonetheless. Okay, they're called what? Friends. Okay, and that's why it's so much fun to help people. Show me a person who has no true friendships, and I'll show you someone who can't see the world through another's eyes. A novel or movie gets you only so far down the road of empathy. So it's having empathy for the other person. And that's what I see when I help people. I say, boy, they're struggling. I feel I'd hate to be struggling. And if I could help you, it's wonderful. To go the distance, you need more intimate, immediate experiences of hurts and aspirations not your own. You need friends. Show me a person who has no true friendships, and I'll show you someone with no adequately moderating influences on his whims. So if he has no true friends, you're not going to, moderate your whims. We all kind of, boy, wouldn't it be great? Give me a million. Oh, wouldn't it be big if I run over that thing with my car? All that kind of stuff. So those whims, no sufficient cushion for his moods. I'll show you a full-blown narcissist or full-throated paranoiac or a combination of both. So what he's saying, that's Trump. He has no true friends except the people who get money from him or his family. So they do whatever the hell he says, and the rest of us sort of. And then he writes about a book. He said, in the book, he doesn't have people he communes or commiserates with in any raw, real way. This is an autobiography written by Trump. And he has people he yells at and people he sucks labor and favors from. He has minions. And this is the guy who used to run his campaign, Lin Lewandowski. It's a Polish name, and I should know that. Anyway, that's 2 cents. Okay. Now here's another article I found that really interesting about college, how they accept you at college. You know, this is interesting, I think, because we all running around. Oh, I need the highest essay score in the world. I need the highest grade in the world, and everything. And what this op-ed, and it's a guy who works for the college board. They're the people who run all those tests. So much phony Trump hate, too much exaggeration. Yeah, maybe so. And so this guy, you know, sees all this application. Actually, they have a good course on how to prepare for the SATs. It's free. So don't take one of these courses. You know, they're going to charge $500 or $1,000 on how to prepare for the SATs. Okay, what you have to have. They have a free course, which is Dynamite course. You know, it's by one of these people who does courses online for free on almost any subject. They got incredible reviews. Sound like he is lonely at the top. Yes, that's what happens. And so here's what they say. This guy says about colleges. Colleges themselves have a widely diverging views on what makes an ideal applicant, okay? It's a widespread misconception that applicants have a right to be admitted to the school of their choice if they have higher grades or test scores than any other candidates. It's not the grades and the test scores that matters. They nearly always do. But colleges aren't obliged to choose the students who are deemed most likely to earn a college degree or graduate. Okay, now here's the important part. Instead, what counts in admissions depends on the mission of the institution. So that's what you want to look at when you want to go to college or anything like that, and you're going to spend all this money. You want to look at the mission. What is their mission? He said, because they can vary a great deal from school to school. Like the State University of New York, for example, strives to provide to the people of New York educational services of the highest quality with the broadest possible access, fully representative of all segments of the population, okay? They want all kinds of people, right? So they want all kinds of people. Smart, not so smart, all kinds of people, okay? Yale, okay, that's one of the big mucky-muck schools, yeah. Yale, an Ivy League school. Mission, on the other hand, is not a broad representation, but to seek exceptionally promising students of all backgrounds and to educate them through mental discipline and social experience to develop their intellectual, moral, civic, and creative capabilities to the fullest. Okay. One of these institutions is seeking in part to represent the population of New York, so that's the New York University is trying to represent the population of New York. The other is looking for the most extraordinary students in the country. And the both make their admission decisions accordingly. You know? So that's it. Save your money. Because now applying to college is like $70, $100 or whatever. It's a million dollar business. They get thousands and thousands, you know, of people applying, and that's a big business. So these college people, you know, just on admission, you know, they make millions and millions of dollars in a single college. You know, Joe from Harrisburg, glad to see you. You know, so that's what's happening. They make all the, so there's a business. That's why they want you to apply. You know, oh, apply to me. That's why they have people out applying to my college, because that's probably making more money out of the applications than they are in your tuition. You know, also don't forget if you have low income, there's ways that you don't have to pay that application fee. So find out about that. The College Board, I think, knows about that too. So that's a good place for this kind of place. The senior at the educational testing service. That's a good place to check out. You want to see the average college costs and things like that? It's the educational testing service. They do that. You want to take an SAT class for free, so to pick up your grades. I know I sent my kids to one of them. They got hundreds and hundreds of more points by just understanding the system. So if you want to understand the system, use it free. Don't be a dumbass like me and pay all this money. and that's what you could do. So let's see, where are we? Oh, we got those done. Okay, here's another one. Okay, now, see, I think one of the best places to get money is through the tax system. Okay, now forget about the taxes, the new tax law, that's coming down now, and it's going to cost you a trillion. It's going to cost all of us $1 trillion. To pay rich people, and 80% of that is going to go to the millionaires. So we have to go into debt to pay millions. But apart from that, it's a good place to learn about using the tax system yourself. And that's why having your own business and things like that is the best tax advantage ever. Oh, Khan Academy, someday. Yes, that's it. Great educational website. Yeah, and they have the SAT class, but I don't know if it's on their website too. Khan Academy. You want to know algebra? You want to know something, man? You go to Khan Academy. It's free. It's a wonderful thing. The bill should have been revenue neutral, but Tax Foundation say it still lowers revenues. It still will lower revenues by $50 a year. If we lowered 15%, that's the Tax Foundation. I mean, they're pretty good. At least the stuff I say. I'm not sure what you mean by it should be revenue neutral. It is not revenue. If somebody's dreaming it's revenue neutral, I think it's just a wet dream they have. That's all you're going. But most of the people, are saying it's still going to be at least $1 trillion, no matter how much this sort of grows. It's really going to grow, the pockets of rich people. And most every analysis I've seen last week, I've been wrong before too, but anyway. But what I'm really talking about, how to use the tax system, because don't forget, the tax is by rich people. Okay, they don't like to pay taxes. Okay, like a private jet. Okay, there's no such thing as a private jet. Anybody who has a private jet is writing it off through the tax system. So you and I want a jet, we have to, get paid, pay taxes, then buy a jet. They don't. What they do is somebody gives them money, and before they pay taxes, they buy a jet. Wow, that's like getting a jet at a 40% discount, and that's how rich people live. You want to belong to a country club, you could get a salary, okay, pay taxes on your salary, and what's left over, you join the country club. Or you could have a business, and before you get the salary, you have the business pay the country club. And because you're using it for business. That's why all these fancy restaurants where you go and have a dinner for $150 a meal, they're all before tax money. They don't pay any taxes on that money. That's why the fat cats come to town and figure out the tax system, because they can make more money, in the tax. Even Bill Gates does that. Absolutely. Every person in the world. I do that. I don't make that much money as any of these people, but it is, and particularly when you're starting out. Don't forget, now your living becomes tax-free. So if you have your apartment or house or whatever, and you're running a business on it, the cost of you running that house, you could write off before you pay yourself. That becomes a business expense. So you pay that with pre-tax money, not after-tax money, and that's right. I don't like to pay taxes. Nobody does, if you get away with it, right? That's why we have audits. And that's it. I'm having a really hard time getting to class. Best fare is expensive, and the car is too expensive. Any advice? Wow. A car is too expensive. Well, in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you about free cars. Okay, let me finish one other thing, whatever I have on here. Okay, this is in the tax. Okay, in the tax law that's now. Oh, also, there's another law in the tax system that you may not know about. Is the earned income tax credit. Okay, now that's low-income people. Now that's for low income, and there's like 10 million people do not apply for that. And that means you're going to, the government will actually, even if you owe no taxes, the government will still send you a check for like $3,000 or what. Depends on income and how many kids you have and all that kind of stuff. But that's how much money you can get from the tax system. That's a better grant. Yeah, so the IRS is one of the best places for grants. Yeah, and you got to, but don't hire an accountant. Most of you, if you're making, particularly if you're making less than like $65,000, a year, and that's more than half the country, you get it done for free. The IRS, nonprofit organizations, trained people. I mean, I used to be one of the people that help you do taxes for free. I do your taxes for free. And I am an MBA, and I went to the IRS course on how to prepare taxes for free. They give a free course on that. And as long as I volunteered. So I volunteered. Can I write off child support? Okay, there's an easy way to call. You just call the IRS. And don't wait in 3 months, because everybody's going to call them. You call the IRS or call one of these free services. You could walk in, make an appointment, and have the IRS, even in a local place, help you fill out the taxes and whatever. Why can't I write off? I didn't say it. I don't know if you can or not. You probably can't, but because that's sort of like, if the kid's working for you, then you can. See, if you're making money out of something, you write off the expenses that you're spending to make money. Okay, a kid, when I had a kid, I was writing off most of my life until I had a kid. Okay, once I had a kid, I said, that was the only place I couldn't write off. But I figured out a way to write off some of it by writing a book about having a kid. So I was trying things with my kid and all this kind of stuff. All that was a business expense because I was writing a book on it. So that's the only way. So no, it's I would assume not, but don't trust me. I'm guessing. You get it from the horse's mouth. Don't trust some person who's just. And even if you do, check it out. I mean, it's easy to check out if you want to know the truth. That's why if somebody says you can't and you want to, you go check somebody else. Don't trust me. Don't trust anybody else. I am on Instagram right now. Do you see me there on Instagram? Do you see me there on Instagram? I don't know if you could see me on Instagram there or not. Anyway, okay, so let's get down to business, okay? How do you get a free car? Okay, well, I got a call. Well, actually, it's on YouTube. I mean, on Facebook. Let me read you a story. This woman, I interviewed her about 2 years ago. She needed dental work. And so I interviewed about how she got money to help her pay for her dental work by doing a crowdfunding campaign. And you say you're on Instagram now. Do you see me on Instagram? I don't know how to do that thing. I don't have another phone. I got 4 phones up here now. So tell me if you actually see me. You say you're on Instagram, so I assume you're watching me. But I wish I knew all the things you about free stuff. I've been studying this sucker for 40 years, and it keeps growing. I don't even know what I know until somebody asks me. That's what's so neat about doing this kind of stuff. See, it's asking the right question. Okay, so this woman, helped me. Yes, I see you now. Great on Instagram. Hi. Thanks for joining. Okay, now we're coming to the heart of the matter. Okay, getting a free car and free car repairs. Okay, this woman. Okay, so she did that, and so I've been giving her stuff all now and then, about things. I don't know where she found out about the free car stuff, but somewhere. So okay, so she has a blog. If you, here's her name. You could find her. You could follow her, I guess, on Instagram. It is. Where is it? New Christine Moya. N-E-W, Christine, C-H-R-I-S-T-I-N-E, M-O-Y-A. So you could follow her, and she's thanks for blessing me, 1-800-charitycars.org. That's one of these free services where you can get free cars. These are nonprofit organizations that give cars to people who really need a car. Because in most of our country now, if you don't have a car, you can't get to work. And if you can't get to work, then somebody's got to take care of you. And you can't take care of yourself. So that's why they have these. And she got a great car. And now she has a letter here that she sent me a letter, and it's on her website. If you find her there. And she says, it's brought to you by 800 Charity Cars, 800charitycars.org. So that's one of the websites. And there's dozens and dozens of these things. And there's other places too, in government offices. Okay, this is her talking. I am still in shock from what happened last week. I got a phone call from a woman from 800 Charity Cars. She left a message. Initially, I wasn't going to call her back because I thought it was a prank. Yes, I had registered with them to receive a car, but I got caught up in doing other things since then, June of 2017. Back in June, she filled out the application. And back then, I was told it would take 5 years to get a car. Wow. Okay. Well, the number she called from and the number she told me to call back was legit. Okay. She told me, we have a car for you in Colorado. And that's where she's from. If you're still in need, if you still have it. I said, are you kidding me? Are you sure? Yes. She was telling me the truth. I was totally blessed. I still post actual pictures of the, I will post actual pictures of the 2010 VW GTI. And there's pictures there on our website. It's a good looking car. It looks better than me. I think I have a 2000, I don't know, it's older than that. Mine's about 10 years old. GTI. As soon as the rest of the paperwork is processed and I pick up the car. How do you like that? Not exactly sure how long that will take, but I just mailed and initialed the paperwork back to them today. Isn't that great? Now that's it. See, this is real stuff. You know, and you could do that too. Now, here's how it works. This is what I found. I did a whole bunch of research on it, and if you want to see the results of the research, lesko.com/tutor. But it's mostly, when you're looking for free cars, make sure you only do .org or .gov. Now, some of the sites, you know, you're going to find are just cars themselves. There's like carsforchristmas.org. That's another one. Now, they're, I think in the Midwest, Kansas and Missouri, and a bunch of other places, you know, out there, that they're nonprofit. You sign up. There's no guarantee in anything. Same way with government stuff. There's no guarantee. But look, she got one. She got a car. I mean, I guess thousands, tens of thousands of people, whatever, do it all the time. You know? So that's what I do, is try to collect all the sources. So you have some idiot like me digging those things out. And I found maybe 20, 30, 40 of these organizations like that all around. Now, what they also give to, if not only cars, but they give you loans when you can't get loans anywhere else. Cheap loans to get a car. Because these are nonprofit organizations trying to help the community. They're not people trying to make as much money as you possibly can for investors or owners or whatever. And that's what capitalism is all about. And God bless it. Yeah, but these are organizations that are really trying to solve problems in the community. Okay, that's where they're called not-for-profit, nonprofit organizations. Okay, so these are the people that give out cars. Now, some of them also, there's government offices. There's a few I found so far. There may be more, and I list them in this report. I think New Jersey has something. New Jersey also has insurance that is subsidized. So you can't pay for insurance on your car, you know, in New Jersey. Check with them. And a .gov, if you put car insurance, you're just going to get, you know, 20 million .coms. People say, yeah, I got the cheapest car insurance. Yeah, but it's not free, and it's not really cheap, just cheaper than the other guys, you know. So they say, you know. So that's available. Now, the other thing besides, you know, free cars, money at discount and liberal, requirements. So you don't need a credit score of a gazillion or whatever. If nobody else gives you money, that's what these programs are for. See, programs from nonprofit organizations and government are really, if you can get it somewhere else, fine. They don't want to help you. They want people who have trouble getting it, and that's what it's for. Now, the other thing that I think is even neater is getting your car fixed for free or for a discount, huge discounts on them, whatever. And that's available. Now, that's available to a bunch of places. There are nonprofit organizations that do it, because what they're doing, like I know there's a nonprofit here in town, what they're doing is training people to be auto mechanics. And so this is like a training school, for nonprofits. I don't know, 6 months or whatever. So they graduate from this and they start, with barely a high school diploma, and they start being auto mechanic for, like 40 grand a year. So it's a great job training thing, and they need cars, so they fix them for free because that's what their school is. Also, community colleges, others in the area, and when I show you. What I show you where all these are in the report, but you could fish through yourself through Google. But just remember, you only want .org or .com. Anybody else is just pretending, they're good Samaritans when they're just trying to get as much money as possible from you. That's what they want to do. And so you want to stay away from that. And also, here's another thing. Recalls. Nobody takes cars in for recalls anymore. And screw it. I get these things all the time. Okay, if you have a car, particularly a used car, okay, National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, and NHTSA, okay, they have a database of every recall. Every recall. So you can put in, say something's wrong with your stereo, you got a problem, whatever. It could be fixed for free from a recall, but you don't know. Maybe the recall came out 5 years ago. Maybe you have a used car or whatever. Maybe you never saw it or whatever. You go to this database, put in your VIN number, the name of the VIN, you open the door and it's there, and actually it shows you how to get your VIN number, the VIN number. So every car has a VIN number, like we all have thumbprints. That's a thumbprint, for an automobile. Steve, you asked me how to contact me. LeskoFreeRadio@gmail.com. And if you don't hear from me in 2 days, you really need something, just beat on me again, because I forget or get too busy and stuff like that. I don't mean to totally ignore you. I maybe just can't do things quickly, particularly if it's free. Are you a nonprofit? Are there nonprofit car insurance? I don't know off the top of my head. There might be. And that's why these organizations would know. And that's why anybody trying to solve these kind of problems would know things like that. And that's why I give you a list of the people all over the country, doing those kinds of things. But again, there's no magic to it. It's just digging them out, on the website. I gave you a few, that and they're off the top of my head, cars for Christmas, and the one that Kathleen did. Christine, I'm sorry, and that's 800charitycars.org. Ask. You could call 211 too, where you are, and ask them about those kinds of things. They would help you. You could call your local. Here's a good place to call. Your local community action agency, okay? You call 211, ask for your local community action agency. Then you get your local community action agency. They would know things like that if there's something like that locally. They may not. You never know. Anything I give you is it's a toss-up question. What's going to happen? Nobody knows. I don't know. This is where I would go if I was looking at it. Like here, she didn't know she was going to get a car, and all of a sudden did. So if she didn't do that, 6-7 months ago, yesterday, it said something about a test and figuring out the business to start. Yes, that was start a business. This was a course that I have, and this is the coupon to get this course at half price. This is the best place to start to help get free help on starting your business, figuring out what business you should start, how to finance a business, how should you incorporate, not incorporate, should you get a grant, should you get a loan, is this a good business, that business, what legal problems there are, any of those kinds of things. It's all free. And this report, go to lesko.com course, and it's about the best government grants and help any business or invention, and you put in the coupon code GRANTS50. GRANTS50. You'll work with that one for starting a business. So starting a business, lesko.com course, and then GRANTS50. And that's, it's the best deal in America, that organization. That's why I want everybody out there is worth it. Now cars, if you get tired of doing it, where do we get car repair? I explain the sources. It's a lot of nonprofits. The same people who give out cars would also know about free repairs. You may want to Google this and see what you come up. But again, don't go to anywhere unless it's a .org. That's all you want. The other thing is National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is that database, recalls, because you get, if your car is on a recall, they fix it for free. So that's worth checking into. Plus, find local trade schools, community colleges, and things like that. They have auto mechanic schools. They do things for free or just for parts. You pay the parts and they pay for everything else. There's an online service too, a shared economy, where it's about 40% cheaper to do that than going to a garage, because these people are on a platform. It's cheaper. They come to your house and fix it and do things like that. But it's also a great place to see how much things cost. This website, and I forget what the heck it is, if you're searching for it, just put shared economy car repair. And so like where to find a car repair mechanic, but in the shared economy. This is something, and then it gives you quotes from all the people, and these are moonlight mechanics, people who want to make a couple extra bucks at night, fixing your car versus at the shop where they charge 5 times more. So that's a cool thing to do. And basically you could put in what you need fixed and get prices. Then you could take that prices, if you really want to pay for it, and see if people are, how bad they're screwing you or not. So that's a great thing to have. And now here, if you want to, the report I have on free cars, this identifies all those. There's a couple hundred sources in here on that. And if you go to lesko.com tutor, that's small, T-U-T-O-R, small, I'm sorry, this is tough to see, T-U-T-O-R, and the coupon code for the free cars is CARS50, or is it CAR50? I forget. It's cars. I have CARS50. Let me check that, okay? I'm sorry to be an idiot. But the older I get, the more I know. That's just going to happen a lot. And it's just going to happen more. So you just live with it. It's sort of like having a disability. I'm going to be an old fart, and I'll screw up a lot of times. And you live with it. Like when I play golf, I had a fast backswing. And so I had to learn to live with it. Not gonna live long enough, to figure it out. So I just live with it. Let's see. Oh, where is it? Mama. Promotion manager. What is it? For some reason, why did I put cars? I should put car. That's what I mean. Let's see. Yes, it is CAR50, not cars. God damn. Yeah, at least I was smart enough to know it was cars. Yeah. Okay, so it's CAR50, okay? So CAR50, not CARS50. So that's what it is. So lesko.com/tutor CAR50, okay? And that will give you 50% off. So instead of 20 bucks, it's like 10 bucks. But you want to save them 10 bucks? I think I'll give you enough information, to look all those. Miss some of your scope for info. Thanks for the info. Miss some of your scope. Yeah, you could, and the scope runs again, or all the videos you could watch anytime. They'll be here, I guess, forever or whatever. But thanks, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. I don't know when. So every day or two, I'm gonna be doing something. I research reports every day. Remember, also the one stop, Lesko.com/one stop. I have all those states. I just put up 2 more states today. Washington State and Oregon are available. So you could download those right away. And I have 14 others. And if your state is not there, just put up the generic one, same price. It's just going to take you a little longer, about 2 weeks for me to finish the report and get it out to you. Need a car in Los Angeles, Cali, ASAP. I work in the community. Well, start looking here. If you don't get the report, start by calling 211 and your local community action agency. Okay, they're the people too that know a lot about these things. Hold the sign again, please. Okay, hold the sign. Okay, the main thing is the first one. The Lesko.com/one stop, and you see all one stop is all small letters. Lesko.com/one stop. I see it's backwards on Instagram. How about Periscope? Are you seeing it backwards? Because some of them, I know YouTube flips it and they don't see it backwards. I forget if Periscope does, and I see the other one, Instagram, doesn't flip it either. Okay, well, jingle bells. Well, thanks again for putting up with me, guys. And I'll see you soon. I just can't wait to do more research, find more stuff. Okay, talk to you later. Okay, I think one of the best places to start to look for grant money for your nonprofit is your library because it's free. And actually, it's for certain kind of grants. If you want government grants, don't go to the library yet. What to do is you want to know about grants from foundations, as they call it. Now, these are other nonprofits that give grant money to smaller nonprofits or big nonprofits or anything. But it's nonprofits that are giving away money to nonprofits. Like maybe you heard of the Ford Foundation or these big, companies that have ways to give money to the community and things like that. So how do you find them? See, because in addition to or instead of government programs, they're the places that, give money to nonprofit organizations. Now, the problem is, like 90% of all these foundations, and there's hundreds of thousands of them, don't have websites. So that means if you're going to go searching on the internet to try to find grants from foundations, they won't show up because they don't have websites. So what they do have, though, they have to file information with the IRS and other public organizations or whatever. And there's private companies that gather all that information. I used to be a company like that, back in my information days. And they gather all that information and they sell it. So they go to the IRS and other places where they have to file out forms, and they put it in a database, which is available on the internet, but it's on their website. And they want you to pay because that's how they make money. So that's what you'll find, and you think you'll have to pay. But there's a way around that. And see, they charge, $1,000, $2,000 a year to be able to use that website. So if you're starting a business or a nonprofit and looking for grant money, you don't want to pay out $2,000 and maybe get a grant from a foundation. Well, if you have that kind of money, God bless you. And maybe you do and it makes sense for you. But for a lot of people, it doesn't. So the libraries, many libraries around the country have access to those databases. So they want to provide, the community with information. So they subscribe to those databases. You could go into the library and use them. But call the library first, because many times they may not have it, and they'll have to point you to another library. So what to do is contact your local library, call them up, ask them if they have, access to those 2 databases, GuideStar and the Foundation Center. Okay, and see if they have those, so they're competitors. So you could look at each, both or one or whatever you want to do. And another thing about the library, what they have neat things too, they have librarians usually who know how to use that database. Now, it's supposedly user-friendly and anybody could use it, but if you haven't used it before, it may be good to have somebody to point you exactly what you want. So you can make an appointment. They also have, a lot of libraries have what's called book a librarian. Now that's pretty cool. Instead of calling me up and I'll charge you money, you can call them up and it'll be free, and you go there and you get like a half hour at a time. And again, this depends on the library where you live. So if your local library doesn't have it, call, ask them who is the nearest library, because they would have it. And if you can't find that, then what to do is contact the Foundation Center directly. So if you Google Foundation Center, then they'll tell you what libraries have it in the area. But most big public libraries have it. Now, there's two databases there. There's the Foundation Center directory, and then there's GuideStar directory. You could go on GuideStar right now, even at home, and you could get a lot of the information for free. But I think it's wise to start at the library, because they could tell you about it more and whatever, and then they could even show you what more you will have. Because see, what's neat is you could go into those databases and you're looking for, grant money for your organization, and say you live in, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Well, to me, it would behoove you to find organizations in Pennsylvania who interested in solving the problem that you want to work on. Say maybe you want to help kids or the elderly, or turn your community green, or whatever it is. So there's foundations that have all different kind of problems. So the problem is, the closer you could get to home, that the people feel they know you, because it's a people business. Everything is still a people business, even though with the internet, they're giving it to individuals. So if you're local and part of their community, then you have a better chance of getting it than from some outfit in California that gives money, for something like this. So start local, And so that's two databases. It's GuideStar, and the other is the Foundation Center. The Foundation Center even has classes, and they teach people who run nonprofit organizations and things like that. But the most important thing is finding out where the money is. And those two databases are free at the library, right? So if you're a nonprofit, you don't have a lot of money. So use the free one first.